Hello, welcome to Let's Talk About It. Somebody's Gotta Say It, episode 18. I'm your girl Lavonda. Thank you for tuning in. This is a day that I just want to ask you some questions and give you something to think about. So today I'm going to be talking about how long. And let me start by saying, how long are you going to be halt between two places? How long? First, I want to ask you, how long are you going to continue to operate in disobedience? How long are you going to continue trying to stay connected with people that God is trying to get you to close the doors on those relationships to be who He is calling you to be? How long are you going to stay stuck in your selfish ways? How long are you going to stay stuck living and operating in unforgiveness? How long are you willing to stay stuck in bondage? How long are you going to keep refusing to be who God is calling you to be? How long are you willing to keep operating and living in lack? How long? How long are you going to continue to let your flesh control what you can and cannot have? How long? Think about it and ask yourself, do I really want to keep living like I'm living? Do I want to keep living beneath what God has for me? Do I really want to continue staying connected with people who keep me stuck in operating in things and going places and doing things that God is calling me out of? How long am I going to keep giving people power over me by operating in the spirit of unforgiveness instead of allowing yourself to heal and be whole? How long are you willing to play Russian roulette with your life when you don't know where death is? How long? I'm admonishing you today. I'm encouraging you today to stop holding on to things and people that God is trying to separate you from so that you can walk into your abundance, so that you can become who He's called you to be. How long are you going to keep letting your flesh override who you can really be, who you can really become, what you can really have? Think about it. Do you want to break generational curses off your life? Do you want to come out of repeat cycles? Do you want to be a better version of you? Or do you want to keep operating in your pride, your ego? Don't you understand these things can keep you from having a better life, can keep you from being everything that you can be? God created and called you to be a king or a queen with a purpose. Now the choice is yours. When are you going to decide to operate in who God has called you to be? Again, I ask you, How long are you going to stay where you are? I just want to give you something to think about, because we don't know where death is. None of us do. None of us know the day or the hour when he is to return. So think about these things that I've asked you, and think about what I've said, and decide which path are you going to take. Are you going to stay in darkness, or do you want to walk into a light and be the light for the generations that are coming up after you? You have the power to get victory over everything you're dealing with, so that the next generation and the generation after that that's coming up behind you don't have to go through the things that you're going through. If you decide to go ahead and get victory over everything in every area in your life and walk in your greatness and who God's called you to be. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It. Somebody's got to say it. And again, I'm your girl, Lavonda. You have a great and wonderful and blessed day. And again, make a decision before it's too late. I love you, and God loves you too. And there's nothing that you can do about it. See you next week.